Hello, I want to say hi to all of those who are helping us with check-in and just wanted to make a quick video to answer some questions that you may have and kind of tell you what to expect. But first, let me say thank you. I really and truly am grateful for you and that you have volunteered to help us with this event. And we've prayed that God would put the right people in the right places. And we trust that you were just the perfect person for this position. So I wanted to give you an idea of what to expect. So we're asking everyone to register online. That means that they will go online and they will sign up for a specific time slot and they will give us their name and how many people are going to be in their group. When they arrive on site, you at the check-in table, there will be 3 tables, 2 people at each table, and you will have this online information. What could happen is, let's say that it is 6 o'clock and you've already looked, and at 6 o'clock there was a group of 10. But this group that just walked in said they registered online for 6 o'clock, so you'll have to check it again because they could have sat in the car and registered online for the 6 o'clock time slot, and you might not have known. So we will have to check it and make sure that we just stay on top of that because I've seen online registration work like that before where people show up and I'm like, you didn't register. And they're like, oh, just did it. Thank you. So we are trying to keep our groups 20 or less. We know that people will be registering online, but there will be others who are like, oh, hey, look, it's a walk through Bethlehem. Let's go. So they'll pull in, they'll walk up to check in and say, oh, I didn't register online, but we've got 5 people. Can we still go through? So this is where we just have to be prepared to have our groups. We know that that 6 o'clock time slot had a group of 10, a group sat in their car and registered online, and they have a group of 2. So let's just say that 12 people, okay, that's the 6 o'clock time slot, but this group just walked in and they have 5. They can fit in that 6 o'clock time slot also. So you will say, okay, I have the Andersons and the Smiths and the Phillips all for 6 o'clock. So you will write that on a little piece of paper. We'll give you some cards and you'll give that to one of our welcome team and they will direct the group to the refreshment area where they can get hot chocolate, coffee, cookies, and just take time there while they're waiting for their turn to go through the city. That card with those names on it, you can give to one of our beginning hosts who will be staying near the refreshment area. Those beginning hosts will take those cards and make sure that when it's their time that they get gathered up and taken to a guide. So at check-in, our main goal is to just make sure that we get everyone, first of all, they feel super welcomed and excited to be there because we believe again that the people that are there are going to do a great job at that. They've been welcomed by the welcome team, they've been directed to you. So you're taking their information as far as what their name is and their time slot. So we've kind of gone over how to keep those groups added up together. If you run into, you have a packed group here and a packed group here and a packed group here, but this group walks in and they want to walk through Bethlehem, you can give them this information. You can say, well, it looks like I could get you in about 45 minutes to an hour because we're pretty busy. If you would like to stay, you're welcome to do that. There's some refreshments. You can go over and hang out right there. If you would like to go online and register for a time that's a little bit later or for a time tomorrow, you're also welcome to do that. What would you like to do? So that gives them the opportunity to say, oh, you know what? I can just go online and register for tomorrow and we'll come back. Or they say, no, we're excited. We want to wait. We can do that. If they do wait, you can say, hey, if we're able to get you in before, trust us, we'll get you in as soon as we can. So your discretion in that area is fine. If it's only going to put us at 21 people, something like that, it's fine. Just use your own discretion about, can we fit this group in with this group, and let's put them at this time slot, because you'll be the ones to make the call. Now, if we need to add an extra group in between, we can try to do that. It really just depends on how well the groups are flowing. And we're just going to do the very best that we can. This is the first time to do this, so we know that there will be things we learn from, and that we may go, oh, you know what, this worked great, let's make sure we do this again next year, but this over here, we might could do this a little better. So you can help us with that, and just let us know the things that we can write down for next year if we get to do this again. And that way we'll know how to run things more smoothly and to keep people just excited and happy to be there. So you will also have at your table some census cards. A census card is kind of in reference to them having to be part of the census. So they will fill out their name and their phone number and their home church. We're not asking a lot of information from them. This is not to get people's information, but it's to make them feel like they're part of the story and part of the journey. But it does also kind of help us keep track of who comes through, where they're coming from, if they have a home church, if they don't have a home church. Those things are going to help us. So you'll be giving them those. They can fill them out right there at the check-in table. And then you can take those cards also to the beginning host. So when you write those names down on a card, just put those census cards with it and hand all of that information to the beginning host. And they'll take that and make sure that it gets to the guide who's saying, oh, well, we have to have our information for the census. So that will help us a whole lot. So if you have any questions that you can think of, please let me know. You'll be able to use your phone or an iPad, or if you don't have anything like that to use, let me know, and we'll get you something that you can use to keep track of the online registration that we're setting up. So we're praying for you, and we know that we can all together be praying for the people that God's going to send, and that God would just be glorified through the whole process, and that there will be people that will come through that get to hear the gospel, whether for the first time or the 100th time, and that seeds can be planted, watered, and harvested, all for the glory of God. So thank you, and I'll see you soon.